All right, so you've been dancing for a while, you've heard the term Cuban motion or Latin motion, and you want to add it to your dancing. Now, whether you're a social dancer or a competitor, I'm going to make this as easy as possible for you. My name is Brian B. from socialdanceonline.com, and we're here to help you build confidence and dance your way through life. All right, so let's talk the basics. This is the first thing I start with all of my students with. If we start feet together, right, the first thing I want to do is create a little bit of turnout. Now, how much turnout? Enough that if, when I'm teaching, I could put my toe right in between there. So you want to have a little bit of turnout to the feet. And this is my joke with my students. I say it doesn't matter how good your Cuban motion is. If your feet are incorrect, it's going to look terrible. So if I do the same thing with my feet turned out, everything looks much more natural. So if I do this from the side, we're going to take our toes slightly apart. And then really simply, one of the things I like to talk about is my body blocks, right? So we have to get our posture into alignment. So my partner Megan and I find that there's two types of people, either people that typically have their hips tilted back, or the baby hips where we have our hips tilted forward. I want to be in the middle. So you just have to find that for you. The way I describe it, if you put Coke cans and stack them up, you know how they have the little groove right there? You want to stack all 3 Coke cans, and those Coke cans can rotate, but they have to stay stacked up. So I want to make sure that my blocks of weight, my hip weight, my rib cage, and my head are all lined up. Feet are slightly turned out. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to do this sideways for you, is just simply release the left knee, right? We're going to push the right knee back and release the left. So just change weight doing that, pushing one knee back and pulling one knee forward. We don't have to get super crazy with all the extra motion in there, but just simply take one leg, your right leg, push your right knee back, release your right foot, your right knee forward, and then switch. So just work that and switch. Don't worry about anything else. Just think about the feet being turned out and the switching action of my knees. So that's the first thing. So even if I just have my feet turned out slightly and I dance my cha-cha basic and I push my knees forward and back, I'm already going to have some pretty good Latin or Cuban motion. Cool? So I want you to focus on the feet, number 1. Then number 2, pushing the knees forward and back. And in my competitive career, I largely just thought about my foot placement and pushing my knees forward and back, and that got me pretty far. So that's number 1, right? Pushing the knees forward and back. And I want you to do this slowly so that as I'm pushing my weight into the, you've also probably heard this, the inside edge of the foot, right? We don't want to be stuck on the outside. We want to take the weight through the inside edge of my foot. So as I'm taking the weight, feet are neutral, just release one foot. Now when I'm putting this foot down to step, whether I'm stepping to the side, I want to be thinking inside edge of the foot, and my foot's going to be in that kind of C shape, right? So where that knee's forward. So from here, I'm going to push my weight into the inside edge of the foot first, right? And then I'm going to straighten both knees, making sure my posture is good. And then I'm just going to keep that knee moving back as the other knee moves forward. So I'm trading, pushing my right foot into the floor and pushing that knee back as I release the other side. So just that alone, neutral and release the other knee. So one of my coaches said you have to go back to go forward. So I'm going back with my right knee to go forward with my left. Back with my left knee to go forward with my right. So if I do that facing forward, I go back with my right knee and forward with my left, and back with my left knee to go forward with my right. So the first drill I want you to practice, because that's the first part here. And even with that, you can practice feeling the inside edge of the floor with your feet. You can practice your posture, and that alone is going to get you pretty far. But I want you to be able to do 4 things. Here's the fun thing about dancing. You can only dance forward, back, left, or right. Meaning, if I want to dance towards you in the camera, I can dance sideways to you, right? I can turn and dance forward to you. I could even dance backwards to you. But if I dance diagonally, that's creepy, right? So I'm always moving forward, back, left, or right. So now we're going to take our little basic hip and knee drill here, and we're going to practice in rumba timing. And this works for cha-cha, rumba, anything. I'm going to dance quick, quick, slow. I'm going to step back. Here's just the footwork for the drill first. Quick, quick, slow. So rock, step on the right foot, rock, step on the left foot. Side rock with the right, and side rock with the left. Right? So if I do that behind you, right foot's free, right foot rock, followed by left foot rock, side rock on the right, side rock on the left. And I probably start with the right foot because as a male dance teacher, I teach a lot of females and we start on their footwork. So now we're going to practice that drill. Everything's neutral. I have equal weight into both feet. I'm just going to release my right knee. So I'm pushing my left knee back. Now the reason why I haven't really talked about hips yet is because it's so easy to disconnect our hips, and that's definitely a part of it from a more advanced level, but from a base beginner level, I don't even think about my hips so much. There is going to be some of that later, but if I literally think about this staying still and I think about my knees and feet, I'm likely to not mess things up. So if we release that right foot, my right foot is now free to move. I'm going to start to move back. How far back do I want to move? I want to move this foot until about the point that my knees are against each other, right? That's going to allow me to step back with the correct amount of length. So here's a fun fact about dancing. I can make a forward step much longer than I can make a back step. If you see, I'm stuck. So how do we track our back steps? Is as I move this foot back, I get to the point where my knees are flush. Now I can put my weight into my heel. So one of my coaches said every step is toe, ball, heel, knee, rib. So as I take this back, it's toe, ball, heel, right? That's getting me close to the ground. So I release the right foot, I track it back, my knees get together, toe, ball, right? This is my toe to my ball to my heel. If you want to make things really easy on yourself, just think get the heel down quickly. Unless you're a high-level competitor, especially if you're a social dancer or a new competitor, if I just get the heel to the ground quickly, that's going to let me start to be grounded. So toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Now I start to move my knee back, and I don't think about my hip because that's what's going to happen. So if I send this back, my knees are flush, toe, ball, heel, right? My body's going to move back onto that foot, toe, ball, heel. Now I can move my knee back, and then I think about moving my rib back with it. And yes, there is a hip component at a high level, but I want to make this as easy as possible. So toe, ball, heel, knee, I'm pushing the knee back, and then I let my rib go back. So if I'm partnered, I'm still there. So that's how I'm starting my rock step. Toe, ball, heel, knee, rib, quick, quick, I step forward, I switch my knees, and I change weight. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the left foot. I slide toe, ball, heel, right? I'm sliding the inside edge across the floor till my knees are flush. I put my heel down, right? Toe, ball, heel. I push my knee back, and then I don't think about my hip. Toe, ball, heel, knee, and then I push my rib back. Quick, quick, slow. So if we do this together, a quick, quick, slow, a quick, quick, slow. Now I want to go to the side, right? Same thing, I've released this right side. I send my foot across to the side. Just point it, right? That's going to be the correct length of your step so you can get 100% over it. So as I send this foot across the floor, I want to connect my heel. Same thing we talked about, toe, ball, heel. If you want to make life easy, just think about the inside edge of your foot, get your heel to the ground, and you'll be grounded. So I'm going to get that heel to the ground, right? Toe, ball, heel. Then I push my knee back, and I continue to push my rib back. Now when I move across, I feel like I'm moving down and diagonal to get that foot to the ground, right? Foot to the ground, and then continue pushing the knee back, and I change weight. So if we put this all together, back rock right foot, quick, quick, slow, thinking about the shape of my feet, pushing my knees back, quick, quick, slow. To the side, a quick, quick, slow. Now to the left side, quick, quick, slow. So this is my favorite drill because I do this in the grocery store all the time because you can just be hanging out right here and kind of practicing your knees, and it doesn't look super awkward from the other grocery store shoppers. So those are my back rocks and my side rocks. Just thinking about getting the heel to the ground, pushing my knee back and letting my rib go with it, not necessarily disconnecting my hips. So I side rock quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow. So that alone will help you with your back steps and your forward steps. Now we just got to talk about, rather back steps and side steps. Now we just have to talk about forward steps. So what I said before is you have to go back to go forward. So we're making it easy and we're leaving all of this extra compression out of it because this is the beginner level. So if I'm in this position here, right, both knees are straight, you can imagine it just like I'm standing here. Everything's pulled up. Same thing here, my left side's forward. Now remember before, I have to trade my knees. So I have to send one of my knees back for the other one to come forward. So I'm sending my knee back, which is connected to my hip, which is connected to my rib. I'm sending my knee back. The last thing that releases is my toe, so I can just practice that action there. And yes, of course, there's all this squeeze, but we're going to leave that out of it for now. So I'm going to go back in my left knee to go forward in my right. Does this look familiar? This is kind of our original drill that we started, right? So everything's up and tight. I send my left knee back, my right knee forward. I pass through neutral. I continue the foot forward, and then I dance myself onto it. 2 straight legs, toes attached to the floor. One of the things that you're going to find in dancing is the floor is your friend. So even though I'm standing here, I still have some weight into that big toe, right? Because I don't want to have to be balanced on one foot. I've got that toe. Now I push the right knee back as I pull the left knee forward. So you can just practice that release. I have to go back in the right side to go forward and left, and I can walk forward. And I can continue that action. So if you practice this, and I'll give you my whole rumba drill, quick, quick, slow, left foot, quick, quick, slow, side rock, quick, quick, slow, side rock again, quick, quick, slow. Now I'm going to go forward, quick, quick, slow, forward in the right foot, quick, quick. I'm going to pass this foot across to the other track for quick, and step back slow. Now I can do the whole drill on the other side, back, rock, together, change, back, rock, together, change, side, rock, together, change, side, rock, together, change. Now the drill going the other way. Quick, quick, slow, a quick, quick, and slow, and back to my back rocks. So those are the basic actions for your Cuban motion. It's going to be great to start off with this if you're a competitor. It's going to be awesome if you're a social dancer and just want to add some things. Don't forget, first things first, I have to remember the shape of my feet on the floor. This is never going to get you anywhere if your feet ever turn in. So I have to really work on what I call the C shape of my foot right here. And as I'm doing my basic here, I'm thinking the shape of that foot. To make life easy, whether I dance forward, back, left, or right, I'm dancing with the same amount of turnout. You can make arguments at a high level that different dancers do it differently, but from a basic perspective, that's a good way to go. So prioritize the feet, then think about getting the heel to the ground. Remember toe ball, heel. The quicker I have that happen, the easier. The more I delay it, the more we end up with a softer look. So I want to get the heel to the ground as quickly as possible, push my knee back, and then think about my rib. Cool? We'll see you again in the next video.